Hi guys, welcome to another Divi WordPress tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. Well, in this tutorial what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of fun and putting backgrounds in elements using both images and colors, or images and gradients. Here's an example here. It's really easy, you can get some great effects. So let's enable the visual builder. Once it's enabled, let's go down and create another section just under this one. And inside, I'm just going to put a single module, single row. And I'm going to put a text block in there. I'm going to roll down with my mouse wheel and select a text block. There it is. So it doesn't look like much at the moment. Let's have a bit of fun with it. Well, let's do what I've done up here. Let's just make a title out of that first line, or first sentence, I should say. And we'll make it heading 2, nice and big there. And that's fine. Let's now align that content center. So I've gone over to the Design tab, I'm scrolling down, Text Orientation, Central. Right, let's just save that. Okay, again, I mean, it looks pretty nice and clean and tidy, but let's add a bit of interest value to it. So let's select the actual section, not the text block, the section that it's in, the element that's in here, the row. Hit the cog, and that'll bring up this. Now let's give it a bit of background. And let's find an image perhaps. So there's color, gradient, image, or video there. I'm going to use an image. Hit the little plus icon. And I really don't have anything in mind here for this one, so let's I don't know, let's try that one. May not be big enough. Okay. Nope, don't like that one. Let's find another one. Let's use, I guess I'll use the one that I used above, which was this one. Alright, so there we are. You can't really see the text or anything behind that, but we can fix that in a moment. Okay, so let's now add something to make it a little more interesting, kind of like we've done up here. So let's go to the Gradient tab here and add a background gradient color. And we'll say, well, I'll just leave those as is for the moment. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and say place gradient above the background image. There we go. And you may say, well, I can't see my background image now. Well, true, that's very true. But we'll fix that in one moment. Let's go to our colors, and again there's that blue. I think I'll probably leave that just like that, but if you bring the opacity down, or opacity, you can see your image start to go through there, or start to come through. And we can do with that with the second color also. I mean, you want to still have a bit of gradient there, but you can see the image behind there, and it's coming through, which is what we want. Okay, let's just save that. We'll come back to this and do a few other things in a moment. Let's now go to the text module and just make that text light so we can actually see it. Let's go over to the Design tab. I've gone to the text module, Design tab. I'm going to go hit the text right here again. And you can do it with text color, or you can just scroll down a bit and you can say text color light if you just want it to be a light or a white color. There we go. Now we can read that a lot easier. but don't like the way it's stretching all the way across, and it seems to be sort of squished in there a little bit. So let's give this a bit of padding. So let's save our text. We're now going to go back to that element or the row. Let's hit the design tab again and go to sizing, or spacing I should say, not sizing. And I'm going to give it 50 pixels all around. There we go. It's got a bit more breathing space there. Now it's starting to look good. Now what we can do, we can give it a border. It's right here under borders. There's a border style. And choose our color. I'll just use that blue color. And once we bring up the width, you'll start to see this. Don't want it too much, a little too much right there. Probably 2 or 3 pixels, maybe 2 pixels. 3 pixels. I think 2 pixels is good. And we'll give it a little curve like I've done up here as well. Obviously you have yours how you want it. 5 pixels. Let's get it a bit more than that. Let's say 8 pixels. There we go. So we've got a border going on that sort of defines those edges a little bit there. And it's got a bit of a curve to it to keep it interesting. Okay, well that's looking okay, but say we want to change those colors. We want to have them spreading left to right or do something else with that. Let's go back up to content, to background again. We're on our gradient tab, gradient type linear, gradient direction 180. You can turn it around so it's left and right. Right to left, or you can have a radial one, which is in a circle. So that's sort of starting at the beginning and generating out to the sides there. Or when you've got that radial one, you can put it left, right, center. Let's put it on the right hand side. About halfway across. Now if we start playing with these colors, we can sort of get more effective with it. So we've got this blue here. What if we take the opacity down on that? So it's almost a solid blue, but you just see a little bit of the image coming in there. And on this side, the green sort of turquoisey sort of side, well, just change the color. Well, we've got that purpley one, a bit like we've got above there. Again, you can play with the opacity. You can't see the image at all there. And there you have it. That's you know, quite interesting. You can read everything really well, but it gives the background a little interest value, which is always a good thing. Okay, what else do we want to do with that? We could give it a box shadow like we've done on the top here. So if we go back to our design tab, to box shadow, use that one right there. It's giving it to it, but it's not real obvious. Let's take it up a bit. Take the spread, blur a little bit more. Oops, ways too much. Something like that. How's that? Give the whole thing a bit of animation. Slide, why not? It's fine. Once, animation direction, say from the left. There we go. And we'll give it a duration. It takes a little bit longer. There we go, something like that. Maybe a bit too much. See. And we'll save that. There we are. We've effectively created an interesting looking image with a nice background layer. Let's quickly do another one and see if we can't do something even more interesting. So that's another section, another single one. another text block. Do this very quickly. Again, let's make a title out of this. Obviously, you probably got some content for yours, but I don't, so I'm just going to use these here. This time, let's do something a little different. Well, let's do something the same, yet different. So, let's put that text in the middle again. To the text tab, scroll down. And there we go, text orientation, center. Okay, save that. This time I'm going to leave that text dark. And we're going to go to that row again. And let's see if we can't do something different this time. Again, well, we'll put in a background. Put in a background image. Don't know if that will work. Let's have a look. Maybe too much for what I want. Yeah, that's a little too much. I want something a little more subtle. I guess I could have uploaded one, but about this foodie one. Okay, well, let's go with that for the time being. Again, you can't read the writing, but now let's add a gradient. See if we can't make it a little more interesting. I'll try and leave that writing dark. So here's our gradient. Let's use some different colors this time. Let's perhaps red and white. Oops. Right. Let's use red. Now let's use white on this side and red on this side. And again, let's place the gradient above the background image. This time I want it to be radial again. And I want it to be over to the left hand side. Sort of guessing as I'm doing it here. Let's see if we can't affect something. Okay, and let's see if we can't make that stronger. We've got our white there. This time we're going to bring the opacity down on that red one. So we've got a bit of image coming through there. We can pull it over a little bit more. There we go. And we've got more of the red when we do this. And I think what I'll do is I'll just again give this a bit of box shadow to make it stand out a bit. That's kind of the effect I wanted. Just makes it a little bit more interesting. So let's go to our design tab, go to box shadow. This time, let's try a couple of these out. No, looks like I've forgotten to give it any padding there, haven't I? So I'll give it a bit of padding in a minute. No, that's too much. Alright, let's use the same one, but I'm going to offset it a bit to the left there. There we go, so it offsets that side. That's fine. Now let's go to spacing, and I'm going to give it that 50 pixels again in the padding. Of course, you want to look at your mobile versions, make sure it's going to work on all of them for you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's give it a round border as well, shall we? that's fine. We want the border to be 2 pixels. We'll make it white so it doesn't really stand out. You'll only really notice it on the, well, should I make it red? I don't know. Don't think I'm going to have a border there at all. I wonder if we can make rounded corners with no border. Probably not. Yep, we can. So we'll give it that 8 pixels. It's got the rounded corners, as you can see there. That's great. That's exactly what I want. So there's a couple of ways you can make those, and it just makes your elements a lot more interesting to look at. You can get some great design features going on there. If you wanted to do something even more crazy, we could have this one overlap with this one by using a margin style. Okay, I apologize, this is going on a bit here. So let's use the margin, and let's say top minus 100. That should bring it up. Not quite enough. Minus 150. So there we go. Minus 150. And the margin on the left, let's make that, say, well, let's try 50. We can always do more. There we go. We've got them overlapping there now. And you could have another one below that overlaps this way, or do what you want. So let's leave it at that for the time being. Yeah, not sure about that. But let's go back in and just edit that again. Margin's way too much, I think. A lot more than I want it for some reason. That's fine, but okay. I'm just holding the up arrow there till I get it somewhere. I want it over, but perhaps not as over as much as we got there. And what we could do to make it, you can add some box shadow to the top there. Let's just leave it at that. For the time being, that's fine. You could always add some box. I could go on all day playing with this. But there you are. That's how to add some background content images using images and gradients to create some pretty cool effects there. So let's save this and see what we've got. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, have a look down below. We've got some great free courses. There's also some premium courses with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers, so do take a look. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.